Hey, Shalom, Kohala, Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bashem Chodash, the ones of the apostles of great millstone, and Shalom, true brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, continually fighting the good fight of faith. Lord, when we are found in that number to be delivered, and likewise to some of you sisters out there that truly trust and believe in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai, may He find you worthy as well to be delivered. All right. That being said, as you see here on the screen, the Lord's judgment, all right? And you see the blood red moon. Now the scriptures say, the moon's going to be turned into blood before that notable day of the Lord, all right? But I'm going to change gears a little bit because it's still based on judgment. Now, judgment just doesn't mean the Lord destroying Babylon the Great, okay? The Lord casts down judgment in all sorts of fashions, all right? Especially judgment, amongst the people, whether they be Israel or not. All right. So the Lord is now administering all types of severe judgment on the planet Earth right now, and it's going to get even more, hot, if you will, as these days roll by. Okay. People take the Lord for some pansy, if you will, because of the teachings of the way of Babylon. According to the ways of Babylon, the Lord can do no evil. The Lord can do no harm. As if the Lord is just floating in the air, and just looking down, smiling on everybody. You know how you see some of these memes, and people got the live shows and they see the hearts floating all around. That's their depiction of the Lord. Like the Lord's just sitting around, all kinds of little hearts floating around him, because he has so much love and compassion for the whole world, which is pure bullshit. The Lord's coming back to destroy some shit. All right? But in the meantime, in between time, he's going to administer all types of judgment through the people and on the people. All right? So let's go here. I got an article here. This New Jersey mother, okay? This New Jersey mother, it says, NJ mother said she killed infant daughter to fulfill the last of her sins, court documents reveal. All right. Now I'm going to play the clip right here.
Tonight we're learning new details about a terrible crime. A South Jersey mother confessed to stabbing her 5-month-old daughter in their home. Action News reporter Katie Castro live in Penns Grove with the woman's first day in court today. Katie.
Rick, we spoke with neighbors in that small, closely knit community. They say this has really shaken things up. They say that she lived in that home with another daughter as well. Today, Alcazar appeared before a judge for the first time, and we're learning new details about that chilling crime.
Ma'am, may I have your name, please?
Christy Alcazar.
In a hearing this afternoon, 26-year-old Christy Alcazar appeared in court for the first time on murder and other charges.
Murder purposely, murder knowingly, both first-degree offenses, carrying a maximum penalty of life.
She's accused of stabbing her 5-month-old baby to death Friday night in her home on Helms Cove Lane in Penns Grove. The prosecutor says she stabbed her infant daughter multiple times in the chest using a kitchen knife. Officials say when they arrived on scene, they found the baby dead in the upstairs apartment with a stab wound to the heart. Disturbing new details on the case were revealed in these court documents. Defendant admitted to the murder of her 5-month-old daughter, specifically recalls stabbing and killing her to fulfill the last of her sins, murder. Defendant showed no remorse and stated she would not change any of the events surrounding the murder. When investigators arrived to Alcazar's home, they say she was arguing with another person.
It's a tragedy.
The memorial outside the home is growing. Neighbors say Alcazar seemed kind.
She was a nice lady, nice young girl. Stayed to herself.
Alcazar is scheduled to be back in court on Thursday of this week. The Penns Grove Police Department also has the option of getting counseling. Reporting live here in Penns Grove, Katie Castro, Channel 6, Action News. Sarah?
All right, so you see the situation where this little young lady, Christy Alcazar, stabbed her 5-month-old baby to death. All right. Now, once again, as I stated earlier, the Lord is going to show judgment through the people on the people. All right. And outside of this thing of ours, people will look at that and just think of how could someone do such a horrible thing? All right. Not understanding that the Lord is the one that sanctioned all of these things. And if you try to tell these people that, they're going to look at you as if you just came from another planet or something. All right. This is Job 4:7. It says, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?" All right. And what they don't teach you in the Babylonian kingdom and society is that you have been here once before. All right. And you have to be accountable for the sins of the past lives that you lived. All right. And this is, one of the components of receiving certain types of judgment. And what I mean by that is, let's go to the book of Romans. Okay, Romans chapter 9 and 11. And we all understand, the process of what we're speaking of here. This is 9:11 says, "For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil." Okay? So even though a child has not been born or not as, haven't done any good or evil, you got to understand these children have been here before. All right? In their past life, whatever they may have done, they will pay for it when they come out this time around. Okay? So don't look, upon a little infant as, being so innocent, being so pure. The Lord knows everybody's spirit. He knows where you've done what you've done, where you've been, how you've done it. And I'll say this, and I speak as a man, but in some cases, a child will be put to death, not for the child's sake, but to inflict, pain on a parent possibly, or a family or whoever. All right. So, the Lord will do it in many different types of form and fashion and ways, man. But we know for damn sure the Lord is no respecter of persons, and children are also lumped right on in there. The Lord don't give a damn. He don't give a damn if you not 2 months old or 2 days old. I did a lesson a couple of weeks back on the other channel that's pretty much in suspension right now. But a couple weeks back, I did a lesson where this couple had a 8-day-old baby, and they had taken in a stray pit bull, and the grandmother had been over the house holding the baby, and the pit bull jumped up, snatched the baby out of the grandmother's hands, and mauled the baby to death. 8 days old, man. Now, if that's not judgment of the Lord, I don't know what is, man. And if you go back and watch that lesson, these people, they had this pit bull just hanging around their house for days. And they kept feeding the damn thing. Okay? Little do they know that the Lord put a certain spirit on that dog to hang around there just for the intent that that baby, when he is born, will be destroyed by that dog that they brought into that home, man. You can't just coincidentally say, that's terrible. No, this is the Lord at work, man. The Lord is doing what he does, man, when it comes to administering judgment. And this lesson basically is how the Lord does not give a damn if he's going to pass judgment on a 99-year-old or 8-day-old. Okay? Let's get a couple more examples. This is 2 Kings 2. And I'll start at Where we at here? Second Kings, right? Yeah, Second Kings 2. This is when Elisha and Elijah were walking together, and Elijah was taken up. And Elisha was walking. Let me get it here. It's just a little further down. It's bringing crew 20. There we go, right here. I'll start at 23. It says, and when he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord. Okay? So you need to show this to a lot of people out there who don't believe that the Lord is in charge of all this. You know, here you have Elisha, cursing little children in the name of the Lord. Now that's powerful. So this also gives you the understanding that the Lord has sanctioned this. Okay? So once he prayed in the name of the Lord, this is what happens. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tear 42 children of them. Okay? So when Elisha prayed to the Lord, them 2 bears came out and tore 42 children to shreds, man. You know when you put a fucking piece of paper in a shredder and turns it into goddamn confetti? These bears probably turned these kids into confetti. All right? And it says, verse 25, it says, and he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he turned to Samaria. So in other words, after them kids got torn in shreds, he went about his business, man. Probably said, yeah, that's what them little devils get, little demons. But once again, concerning little children, the Lord does not give a damn. And you know what? I'm going to say this. Slock here. I'm going to say this. Be prepared. All right? All you people, be prepared. Because this is going to take this whole thing about, children and protecting. And this is about to take a very big turn for the worse for a lot of you people out there that have these young children that aren't protected by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's going to take a horrible turn. All right? A lot of these children are going to end up being slayed by the Lord, man, in the Lord's judgment. All right? So let me read that again. Verse 24. It says, and he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tear 42 children of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he returned to Samaria. All right? So point being made that the Lord is the one that does the matter of fact, let me get that. We got it all queued up over here. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. All right? And like I said, in Babylon, they don't teach you that the Lord is a fierce Lord. That the Lord is a Lord of no respecter of persons. That the Lord will administer a judgment unto all, because we all belong to him anyway. Okay? But the point being made is the Lord said what? I kill and I make alive. And how does the Lord do that? The Lord will work through people. Okay? He will put his spirit on certain people to do certain things. As it is written, there be spirits created for vengeance. Okay? There be spirits created for vengeance. So let me go here. Here's another example. Psalms 137:9. It says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. All right? So not only is the Lord going to put to death little children and little babies and infants, he's going to make certain men become very happy in doing so. Okay? Now check that out. The power of all is going to make a man happy, and he himself will be happy when we take and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. You know? See, all this now, when we speak these, we break these scriptures out on the highways and byways, and people come up and they listen and they sit there and they're appalled, and we're interpreting that wrong, and that's never going to happen again. You see, the problem is this, right? Here in Babylon and the land of the wicked, all the atrocities that they have done can just be forgotten and wiped away and erased from our people's minds. Okay? But when the servants and the men of the Lord on the highways and byways start bringing up the what word am I looking for? The retaliation, if you will. Now all of a sudden there's a big problem. These very same demonic Edomites and wicked demons, these very same people who have lived and prospered and gotten rich off of the killing, the murders, the slaying, whatever you can possibly name, the things that have taken place upon the children of Israel, which made these people rich. Into this very day, these people are still prospering off of the bones and the blood of the children of Israel. These very same people look at us with such disgust because we're speaking these things. And what's the conclusion, the consensus and the conclusion? That we don't understand the scriptures and we're using our own interpretation. But when Esau was in power and he was going throughout the whole world, slaying and killing and bashing and smashing, nobody had a goddamn problem with it. And this is why the Lord got to make a speedy riddance of this place, man. This is why this place is known as a very hypocritical place, man. They, in times past and to this present day, can administer all types of killing and wickedness. But when men speak about doing these things in righteousness, for righteousness' sake, now there's a big problem. Well, there's going to be a big problem. When Yahweh Shem Yahushai sets the men of the Lord up and puts us back in our power and our position, there's going to be a lot of problems for a lot of you nations, man. You damn right there's going to be some problems. Okay? And you individuals over here may not need to worry about those problems right away, because you're going to get caught out there with them thermonuclear missiles. You're going to be destroyed over here by them thermonuclear missiles. So you just keep walking around aimlessly thinking that you're so righteous until that dreadful day when the missiles get shot over here. All right? Now, this is Revelation 2:23. Once again, this was when the Lord was speaking to the church of Thyatira, I believe it was. But I'm bringing this out because the point being made, how the Lord is going to do away with children, whether they be Israelite children, Edomite children, the heathens' children. All right? Judgment is now beginning to be administered throughout the four corners of the earth. Revelation 2:23, and it says, and I will kill her children with death, and all the churches shall know that I am he which searcheth the reins and hearts, and I will give unto every one of you according to your works. All right, so this is speaking to the children of Israel. But the point is, the Lord will kill your child and not think twice about it, and keep it moving. Because you know what's going to happen? That spirit's going to return back to him anyway. you know. And depending upon the history of that spirit and where it goes and who he puts it in, it could very well be the very same cycle. Get put in another body just so the Lord can do his thing and bring it back up to him and send it back down and bring it back up, you know. So that's the gist of the lesson, man. That the judgment that the Lord is now administering on the earth, right, is being administered through people. You know, as it's stating here, the New Jersey mother who killed her infant child that was only 5 months old. The previous lesson where the woman had an 8-day-old. And it just goes on and on and on. We just don't hear about these things. But the Lord is casting down judgment every single minute, every second. All right? So with that, Lord willing, was edified. And I hope and pray that, you know, I'll get another lesson out soon. And, you know, brothers and sisters be edified and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I say shalom.